Check it out. Hey, guys, sorry about that. Had a little technical difficulty there, but if that's the biggest problem I got today, I got her made. So I'm going to basically start over here. It's how to destroy the competition when you're coming in. I had to know what the salespeople are doing so I could outperform them. And it's like a meet and greet. You know, sooner or later, I got to tell them right up front. And I was real and I was sincere about it. And I think that gets the people's attention right off the bat. Like I said before, you know, it's okay to have a problem, not okay if you don't fix it. And they said, what do you mean by that? And, okay, well, I'm not going to hide behind a fender until you're gone. If you actually have a problem, I'm on your side. And I'll prove it to you. How are you going to do that? Well, follow me. See, I basically set the stage because I'm going to do the best that I can to tear you up. And I don't even know you guys, but I'm saying this is my mindset when I was selling cars. Because I knew what you didn't do, and I'm going to share with you what I did, how I can destroy it. It's like a meet and greet. I would shake all the kids' hands, and, you know, if mom's hanging on to, or the little baby's hanging on to mom's leg and stuff, I'm going to talk to them a little bit, but I'm not going to push it. So I get inside. I'm going to do everybody coffee, coloring books, balloons, all that good stuff. You know, and then it comes to doing a presentation. You see, when I'm doing a presentations, I mean, this was years ago, you have to know your product better than everybody else. I mean, if you're not the go-to guy when somebody has questions about product knowledge, you got room to improve. And it's going to cost you money in the long run if you don't do that, if you're not that intelligent. And here's what I'm talking about. Even in the early 80s, like the Toyota Tercel wagon, hell, it had 60 cubic feet in the back. It had a tinted windows, halogen headlights, radial tires, body side molding, rear defroster. That was all standard equipment on the Toyotas. It come with something called a cold pack kit. That was a heavy-duty battery, heavy-duty alternator, heavy-duty starter. And that was put on every Toyota from the state of Virginia north. So I knew my product. When it come time to make a presentation, you know, I wanted to do it a little bit different. You know, you got a husband and wife and 3 kids. They want to talk safety. You got a guy with a whole bunch of wrenches, you know, and his knuckles are all scuffed up. You want to talk torque, horsepower, tongue weight, all that other stuff. Then you have to have a little generic soft sell. If somebody says, hey, friend, this is the last car I'm ever going to buy in my lifetime. And I've had people tell me that. So that's where you kind of keep it a little soft and generic, and, you know, you can still show the love. But here's what I'm talking about. You know, hey, this car has a collapsible steering wheel built to collapse on impact. It has steel beams in the side of the door to withstand 30-mile-an-hour crashes. It has a 5-mile-an-hour mini shock absorber in the front. So when you bump into somebody, you won't have any body damage. Some of the other cars is $3,500 damage. It has H-beams in the roof, so if you flip and roll over and crash, it's built to keep inside. And oh, by the way, these seats are non-combustible. In other words, if somebody smokes, a cigarette falls there, it'll smolder, it won't burst into flames. And there's other cars you looked at. Did they have that? And you'd be surprised how many times people look at you. Now, you have to be cautious what I say, because the steel beams, they're either 30 or 35 mile an hour, and the federal law is 2 mile an hour in the bumper, and it's either H-beam or I-beam in the roof. And if you don't know that, memorize that stuff. So when you talk to somebody, you can show them something different. And to be honest with you, it shows you care and you know your stuff. I'd rather deal with a professional that knows what he's talking about than somebody who's winging it. And believe me when I tell you, what's inside is going to come out. And this is the stuff I'm talking about, how you destroy the competition. It's no different when you go on a demo drive. You know, if you're going to spin them around the block and, you know, you can't do feature and benefits and you really can't build value by not doing some of this stuff. I just talked to a guy the other day. He's outside of Philadelphia. He sold 140 cars a month, and he says, I take everybody on a drive. Imagine that. Maybe that's why he's selling 140. So when you're out there, I don't do what everybody else did. Like if it's wintertime up here, now this may be strange to you, but I'm just telling you what I did. Like I'd crank that heat up. I mean, I'd blast the heat. I'd have customers say, hey, Frank, can you turn that heat down? Oh, yeah. Boy, am I glad you said that. It's hot. I bet you've driven cars that didn't have enough hot air. Oh, yeah. Guess what? You won't have that problem here. The whole car's built with the same quality. And then I have a little fun with them. You'd probably buy that car for that reason alone, wouldn't you? And they laugh. Same way with the defrosters. I love it. I'd be out there working. I'd see a customer say, hey, man, what's wrong with this window? they try and wipe the fog off the window. I'd go, oh man, watch this. Shh. There it goes. I do the same thing. Hey, I bet you driven cars that defroster didn't work. Yeah. Guess what? The whole car's built with the same quality. You'd probably buy it for that reason alone, wouldn't you? And they laugh. See, I go out there and have a little bit of fun. Now, how is that destroying the competition? Well, I'm not done yet. I'm going to show you how. Excuse me. As soon as I get back from the demo, I go do a service walk. I see some guys do it after they sell the car. To me, I like to build value because I want to throw you, my competition, under the bus. When that customer gets in front of me or sitting at my desk, I want them to know beyond a shadow of a doubt, I'm the guy they want to do business with. I'm going to build that trust. I'm going to earn it. So when I go to the service department, I knew everybody in service, and I'd say, hey, Mr. Smith, see that guy with the red hat? Yeah. See that guy with the beard? Yep. Hey, they've been turning wrenches for 31 years. If they can't fix it, nobody can. If you have a problem or concern, I want you to call me. I'll do the best I can to set you up with the best technicians back there. It saves you time and money. Now, Mr. Smith, did anybody ever do that to you before? What do you think their answer is going to be? No. And the reason why I want them to call me is because I get a chance to say, oh, Mr. Smith, who do you know looking to buy a new used car? Am I going to actually set up the appointment? No, but I want them to know I'm involved and I'm here afterwards to help them out. So I'm sitting down to work a deal. Say we got all that done. They love me. They love the car. Of course, everybody loved me. And we want to do all that good stuff. I'll sit down and I'll be real serious. I said, Mr. Smith, remember I told you I'd take care of you after the sale? Yeah. Did anybody else tell you that right up front? No. Okay. All right. Anybody else bother to take you a long demonstration drive to make sure you like the car, that you were 100% with the car? No. Did anybody else show you the service department and tell you how they're going to take care of you after the sale? No. Mr. Smith, based on that alone, who would you rather do business with? Boom, that's me. And I can tell you this, I can't tell you how many customers just love it when you outperform the competition. Now, if you notice, I didn't throw anybody under the bus. I didn't mention anybody's name. I just knew what they didn't do and what I was doing. And I think it's kind of cool. Trevor, can you come here, please? Yeah. Got to get my IT guy here. Is any comments on there or anything?
No, not right now.
So anyway, when you do,
they would show up right here.
All right, when you do this stuff and you do it long enough, I can tell you this: it takes a little while to do it, but if you just outperform everybody and do the things you're supposed to, I'll guarantee you're going to sell more cars. So the next time you get a customer, you can destroy the competition just by outperforming them. I'm Fran Taylor. If you guys don't have this book, I recommend everybody get this little pitch here. It's called Selling from Their Heart. It's at frantaylor.net. And I have a lot of things on there, little techniques, the things that I use to sell 50 cars a month. And I'm sure they'll help you too. So again, I'm Fran Taylor. Please share this if you like it to somebody else who may want to learn a couple different things. And these are little techniques that I used over and over and over. And the longer you do it, the better it's going to get, and the more you're going to feel comfortable doing it. And I promise you this, it's a whole lot more fun when you get people come back and asking for you. And it's an awesome feeling when someone says, Fran, I didn't expect to buy a car today. Well, that's you next. So I'm Fran Taylor. Thanks for watching.